Welcome to GMN tutorials once again. Please remember to subscribe as well as to share these videos so that other people can gain and access the brilliant knowledge which is being offered by GMN tutorials. Without delaying, let's get into our discussion for today. Today we are looking at 2022 internal section B, question 9a, basing on organic chemistry. Before I begin, one thing you should know about organic chemistry is just be mindful of knowing the chemical reactions. Once you know the chemical reaction, you are good to go. Let's progress. The first question reads, the following diagram shows some of the reactions of ethanol. The following diagram shows some of the reactions of ethanol. Draw the structural formula for the ethene. Now, before we answer this question, let's analyze what is happening here. Everything is what is based on ethanol undergoing variety of chemical reactions. As you can see here, ethanol has undergone a particular process to form solution P. Then this process, it should be oxidation. Yeah, it is oxidation. It was indicated oxidation, I just forgot. So ethanol undergoes oxidation to form solution P. Then ethanol undergoes process Q to form ethene. Then it undergoes complete combustion to form gas R plus M. As we analyze this, let's go into questions. Draw the structural formula for ethene. Ethene, the word ending, once the word is eth, signifying that there must be two carbon atoms. Now the word ending, you must pay much more attention to the word ending, which is ene, and it's coming from which homologous series? Alkene. And what's the formula for alkenes? CnH2n, where n is the number of carbon atoms. We put n, since we are talking about two number of carbon atoms from the word eth, we're going to say Cn C2H2. If we put 2 in n, we're going to multiply with the 2 there, we're going to get 4. I hope that one clicks in your head. So as we write this formula, remember that since the word ending here it's ene, there must be a double bond between two carbon atoms, meaning that in a long chain we are going to have two carbon atoms, and these two carbon atoms, for us to come up with a structural formula, there must be a double bond since it's a member of what? Alkene. And all carbon atoms are surrounded by hydrogen atoms. So we're going to surround this one with the 2 hydrogen atoms, this one with 2 hydrogen atoms. This is the required answer. Remember, carbon must be able to have 4 bonds for it to be stable. Now let's count it, the number of carbon atoms for each carbon. So here, how many bonds? 1, 2, 3, 4. It is stable. 1, 2, 3, 4. So carbon should have 4 bonds for it to be stable. We are done on this question. Give the name for solution P. Once ethanol, chemical reaction of ethanol is that they undergo the process called oxidation. This oxidation makes them to form a respective acid. once an alcohol or like ethanol, once ethanol been oxidized, it produces what? A respective acid. So a respective acid, meaning that we're going, since here it is ethanol oxidizing, we're going to produce what? A solution called the ethanoic acid. Ethanoic acid. So here must be ethanoic acid. Here it was, here it was butano, it would have been solution P would have been butanoic acid. If it was methanol, it would have been methanoic acid. In the presence of an oxidizing agent called the potassium uh, permanganate or potassium 7 dichromate. This is the catalyst. So here we're going to have ethanoic acid. We move on to process Q. Ethanol, the same ethanol, it undergoes a process called dehydration, which is just a loss of water. When you remove water from ethanol, we are going to produce the process called, we are going to carry out the process called dehydration to produce ethene plus water. This will be the main product. Just water has been left, but in the actual process, water must be included. So ethanol, it undergoes the process called dehydration in the presence of what? Sulfuric acid, which acts as a drying agent. Sulfuric acid acts as a drying agent. In this case, it's going to produce ethene and the water. So process Q is what's called the dehydration. Whenever an alcohol or methanol has been dehydrated, or so to say, butano has been dehydrated, it's going to form butene plus water. So it is forming an alkene and the water. So in this case, dehydration is a process. Ethanol undergoing the complete combustion, and we know that all products of complete combustion is only carbon dioxide gas plus water. So gas R is carbon dioxide. Process C, gas R is carbon dioxide. For incomplete combustion, only carbon monoxide. If here it was to be said incomplete combustion, the products would have been carbon monoxide plus water. Please pay attention to the way chemical reactions are being brought. Sometimes they can bring complete combustion here. So the product will be carbon monoxide as a gas. Then here we're going to have water. Now, let's go to our last question. Write a balanced chemical reaction for the complete combustion of ethanol. So ethanol is undergoing the process of complete combustion. We know that ethanol, which is CnH5OH, as a member of alcohol. From this general formula, CnH2n. It's good to know the general formula because sometimes they ask question from the general formula. From there, which homologous series alcohols. Word ending ano. They just add with the word ano. So this one is going to form carbon dioxide like that plus H2O. Now, as you balance the chemical equation, please start with carbon followed by hydrogen and lastly should be oxygen. So as we're going to balance this equation, so how many carbon do we have here? We're having 2. We put the 2 in front here to balance with the carbons there. So carbon here 2, carbon here 2. We go for hydrogens. How many do we have here? It's 6. 5 plus this one, which is 6. What number can we put here to get 6? It's 3. 3. Just like that. Now let's count the number of hydrogen. Let's count the number of hydrogen. Sorry, I've left something here. Since it's undergoing the process of combustion, OH plus O2 is equal to 2 carbon dioxide, like that, plus 3H2. This is where we are. I just left out this. So now let's take the number of hydrogen present, the number of oxygen on this side. 2 times 4, it's 2 times 2, it's 4. 4 oxygens plus this 3 shows 3 oxygens. So which means we're going to have how many oxygen in number? We're going to have 7. Now try to think a bit deeper here than before. Here we're having how many of them? 3 of them. 4 are lagging behind, meaning that 4 must be added here for us to get to 7. Now if we put 3 here to get to 6, we say 3 times 2, which is 6 oxygens, plus 1 here, we're going to balance with this. And this is a required balanced chemical reaction for complete combustion of ethanol. This is a desired answer. Please remember to subscribe and also to share this video so that other people can gain the same knowledge which is being well delivered by GMN Tutorials. We are offering online lessons for GCE and also for revision, more especially this October, next month, as you prepare yourself adequately for your exams. All the best. Thank you for your time.